I love this setup. I'm loving this vibe with my purple shirt with the gold. I think it's so cute. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lolo, for those of you who didn't already know. So today we're talking photo editing, we're talking making your Instagram a baddie Instagram, we're talking creating that chef's kiss Instagram aesthetic. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how I edit my photos, how I edit my photos for my friends sometimes, how I would edit for a business, and basically how to plan and have the most aesthetically pleasing Instagram possible. So if you're interested in this kind of video, then keep watching. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this video down into apps. So I'm gonna go through the most popular apps, you know, which are probably the ones that I use, and I'm gonna show you how to use each app and how I use each app. So the apps in this video, sorry, forgive my dog, he's a bit restless. The apps in this, okay, so the apps we're gonna be using are FaceTune 2, LightRoom, FLTR, and VSCO. I'm gonna put them on the screen so you can follow through. And first of all, the first app I'm gonna work through is FaceTune 2. Okay, so I'm gonna screen record my phone so that you can see basically how it works. So FaceTune 2 is the first app. I pretty much actually always use this app because it's like has the easiest interface of all the apps. So this is the picture that I'm gonna put it on the screen. This is the picture that I'm going to edit. The first thing I always do is go into the edit tool, and I always increase the brightness because I don't know, I find that my pictures always come out dark, so I always increase the brightness, and after the brightness sometimes I go into light and I increase that as well. This tends to wash you out a little bit, so you can sometimes go back in with that contrast and increase just a little bit, bring that color back into your skin. And already this just makes my picture look, like you can see, just so much brighter already. The next thing I do is, because I have really dark circles under my eyes, sometimes they really show in pictures. So I just kind of go in and do a light touch up, as you can see under here. I'll take the smooth option and I'll just do a quick smooth, nothing too major, but just so my eyes have a little bit of a lift in my photos. There's also like a smoother texture, which like I'll show you guys. If I were to do that, it literally completely blurs underneath my eye. But I feel like it makes me look a little bit more like fakey, so I try not to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do in this app. If I'm not really changing the vibe of the photo, I would go into my filters and I would go to intensify 3, and I would probably leave my photo like this. I'm not really, I used to be big on editing, adding all kinds of filters and effects, but now I kind of like to keep it clean. So I would just do this, press save, and I would save this to my camera roll. That's pretty much all I do in FaceTune. Obviously you can go into the reshape tool, which is what a lot of people use FaceTune for. Give yourself a nice big ass, you know, make your boobs really big, whatever it is that you chose to do. So there's a lot to do on this app that you can explore with if that kind of editing is your thing. Okay, so moving on to VSCO. VSCO is the next app that I go into. So obviously you can then, it shows you your camera roll, so you just click on the picture that you've just edited and you upload that into VSCO, and this is the screen that you'll see. Here, again, I don't really do too much. I go into the clarity tool. I up my clarity to like 1, maybe 1.5, depending on the photo. This just makes the picture, in my opinion, kind of look a bit more HD and the lines a lot cleaner. So I would just do that and just make my picture look clean and crisp, call it a day. If I'm standing, sometimes if the angle of the picture is not too great, that's why I like this app. You have the adjust tool. If you go into skew, you can sort of like change the angle of the photo a little bit if you felt like that was something that you needed to do. Sometimes if I'm like standing and someone takes a full body picture of me, and let's say my toe is right at the bottom or my head is right at the top, I might just move it a little bit to create a little bit more distance for me, but that's about it. I also like the C1 filter. Sometimes I go in, but I keep this one really low. I just feel like this one really complements my skin tone. And yeah, so as you can see, if I tap it, you can see the difference between like the two photos. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do now at this point. But a while ago, my Instagram did have a theme, and my theme was this very like brownie orangey kind of filter, and a lot of people really liked it. And I actually used that filter when I uploaded this picture to Instagram. So I'm going to quickly go back on my Instagram now. I'm going to show you the orangey filter time. So this is kind of what it looked like all the pictures had a particular kind of like color vibe, but I found that sometimes it did ruin my pictures because not every picture needed that kind of color, but it did give my page like, you know, a theme, so to speak. But I stopped after a while. I got a bit bored. So yeah, as you can see, you'll now see the difference between the pictures that had the filter, which had all these ones, and then when I stopped posting the filter about, oh wow, I did use it for a while actually. Yeah, I think I changed filters a little bit here to something a little bit more gray, and then eventually I just called it quits, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just going to go back into that photo now. When I uploaded it last week, if you can see, this is the picture that I uploaded. You can see there's more of like an orangey vibe to it versus this picture, which does not have as much of an orangey vibe. So if you notice, there are people on Instagram whose like Instagrams have such a clean aesthetic. The vibe is just like the same throughout the photo. It's almost as if they take all their Instagram pictures on the same day and everything just matches. Well, what does that for you is LightRoom, and LightRoom is a fantastic app. So LightRoom, I'm going to talk about LightRoom, and I'm going to talk about filter side by side, because you can't really use filter without LightRoom. And filter kind of makes LightRoom a little bit easier, but it's a paid app. So on filter, you get to go in the app and you have all these different like vibes. I'll call them vibes, but they're actually called presets. And if you click on them, you see a few pictures that have a similar theme. And you can kind of pick the theme that you want your Instagram to look like. You click the theme. Let's say I chose this homey one and I liked this homey too, right? I would just take that to Lightroom and I got it. So it's saved in Lightroom. Now I know that this picture is in Lightroom. So that's pretty much all filter is for. It gives you the options of the types of filters. If you're to go into Lightroom, you would then have to find said photo. Which is right there. So now the photo is here. So what you do is there are 3 dots at the top. You click that and you click create preset. And I think it was called homey, so I'm just gonna call it home demo. Right? And that preset is saved in your Lightroom and is there forever. So now if I was to go into this photo that I've just edited and I want to add this theme, let's say this was the theme of my Instagram, I would simply take it into Lightroom, go to presets, we called it home demo, click on home demo, and this is what the that preset does to this picture. The reason I don't really like presets all the time is because I find that sometimes they just ruin pictures. Like, you then have to tweak the presets to fit that picture, and if you're not a very good person with editing and stuff like that, it may be very frustrating and difficult. So the filter I used to use at the time when I had that feed were Grainage and Morena. That I don't know why I called them that, but basically one was one that I had actually copied and then I tweaked it and saved that as another preset, and I would basically go between the two because they were so similar. So the last thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to create your own preset. So if you don't want to pay for the filter app, there are definitely hacks, because I didn't pay for the filter app until very recently, to be honest. There are certain hacks that you can do. So if you go on YouTube and you sort of type in, you know, brown aesthetic or nude aesthetic or black and white aesthetic or moody Instagram or something like that, then it would show you how to create the preset. So what I'm going to quickly show you is sort of how my preset is made. I'm going to use one of the presets that I was previously using. Okay guys, so I just realized that wasn't recording, so I'm going to take it back. So when you get into the app, you pick your picture like I have done, and then you go into light. No, and then you go into, so I'm going to put the preset on so you can see, so this is this Grainage one, right? So this is it, preset lovely photo. So I'm going to basically show you what you need to save in your Lightroom to have this exact same preset. So the first thing you're going to do is go into light. You're going to increase your exposure to 0.50, your contrast to -26, highlights to -100, your shadows to +42, your whites to -100, and your blacks to -79, sorry, all of that's on the screen. Then you're going to go into color. First thing you're going to do is do your temperature to +15, your tints to -7, your vibrance to +22, your saturation to -31. And then you're going to go into this thing at the top like a color wheel that says mix, and you're going to go through each of the colors. It's tedious, I know. So hue, you're going to leave the hue at 7, saturation -12, luminance 0, that's for red. For orange, you're going to keep these same settings. I'm not going to keep saying it because you guys can just pause the video and do it along if that's what you want to do, or come at the end, or after you've watched it, just rewatch. Yellow, you're going to have these settings. Green, these settings. Sky blue, these settings. Navy blue, these settings. Purple, these settings. And pink, these settings. And then you're done. And then you're going to go into effects, and you're going to change it to do this. The only one you're going to really be able to change here, I think, is the dehaze, which is +15. You're going to go into detail. You're going to do these stats for your detail, and I believe that is it. And then what you would then do is you would then go up here and you would click, you know, create presets, save it as whatever you want, and every time you want to upload a picture into Instagram, you know, you would edit your picture in a different app if you wanted to, bring it in here, add your filter, and then upload to Instagram. I always go back into VSCO, and I do the clarity setting. I just think it's so important. It just makes your picture look super crisp. But yeah guys, that's pretty much how I edit this video. It was gonna be a lot longer if I actually called out all the numbers, but I didn't want to do that, and I hope you guys have actually enjoyed it. I really like visuals. I love editing. I love playing with filters. I love playing with things like that. It's not necessarily to distort or because I think I don't look nice. It's just more because for like variation and to play with stuff. I really learned a lot from YouTube. I would literally type in the vibe I wanted. I remember I was traveling to London for fall, and I wanted an orange fall, autumn, Halloween type theme, and that's actually how I came up with this, and I just really liked it. I do think I would go back into the filter thing again, because it's not really like a filter that makes your features change. It's just more of a color filter, and I think it just makes your Instagram look really clean. So I mean, this is 2021. Ain't nobody trying to have no basic Insta up in the streets. So yeah, like, please try it out. If you do like this filter and you try it out, just name it the Lolo filter or something, and send me your pictures of what you've tried and what, you know, how it came out and what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Do you love this setup, or do you love this setup? I am loving this setup. I just think it's so cute, and I think I'm gonna film here more. Yeah, but that is it, guys. I will see you guys on Friday as per usual. Friday is a vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you have caught up on my previous videos. Come on guys, let's get the subscriber count up. Yeah, so I'll see you guys on Friday. Love and light always. Bye.